Carlos is 34 years old. He earns $72,000 a year. He does what every HR rep tells him to do on day one. He opens his 401k, he contributes 6%, he picks the target date fund the platform recommends. Carlos feels responsible, settled, like an adult. He thinks he just solved retirement. James is also 34. He also earns $72,000 a year. He also opens a 401k. But James does one thing differently before he contributes a single dollar. He reads the fee disclosure document nobody hands you. He reads it once. Then he stops. Then he makes a different decision. That one document changes everything. Not the market, not the economy, not their salaries. One disclosure document, buried inside a packet most people throw away. By age 62, Carlos and James will be $411,000 apart. Same income. Same contribution rate. Same market returns. $411,000 difference. This video explains exactly why. It explains the 3 hidden mechanics inside most 401k plans that HR will never put on a whiteboard. And it gives the exact protocol James used in numbered steps, so the viewer can run the same math tonight. Here is what this video will deliver. By the end of the next 18 minutes, the viewer will understand 3 things. First, how expense ratios quietly remove more money from a 401k than most people lose in a bad market year. Second, when a Roth IRA outperforms a traditional 401k, even though the 401k gets the tax deduction today. Third, the one condition under which the 401k always wins, and how to know if that condition applies to your situation. These are not opinions. These are calculations. The viewer will have 6 specific numbers to look up tonight and a decision framework that takes 11 minutes to run. No product to buy. No course to enroll in. Just math. Welcome to Rigged Numbers, where we expose the financial systems quietly working against you and give you the math to fight back. Welcome to Money Matrix. Here, we expose the financial systems quietly working against you and give you the math to fight back. If this channel is new to you, subscribe now. New videos are released every Tuesday. This channel does not sell courses. It does not accept sponsorships from financial institutions. The only thing this channel sells is clarity. Every claim in every video is sourced and linked in the description. If something in this video is wrong, leave the timestamp and the correction in the comments. The channel will update the description within 48 hours. Now, back to Carlos and James. Carlos signed up for his company's 401k plan through a large payroll provider. The platform looked clean. The interface was simple. He selected a 2055 target date fund, the default. What Carlos did not notice, because nobody showed him, was a small line on page 14 of the plan disclosure. Expense ratio, 0.87%. That number does not look like much. But here is what it does. Every year, 0.87% of Carlos's total balance is removed, not just from new contributions, from the entire balance. At $50,000, that is $435 per year. Silently withdrawn. At $200,000, it is $740 per year. At $400,000, it is $3,480 gone every year before Carlos touches a dollar. James opened the same type of 401k. But before contributing, James looked up 3 things. 1, his plan's expense ratio. 2, the expense ratio of the cheapest index fund available inside the plan. 3, whether his employer matched contributions. His employer matched up to 3% of his salary, dollar for dollar. James contributed exactly 3%. He captured the full match. Then, he stopped contributing to the 401k. He took the remaining 3%, $2,160 per year, and opened a Roth IRA through a brokerage charging 0.03% in fees. That is a difference of 0.84 percentage points annually. 0.84 percentage points does not sound like a revolution. Over 28 years, on a $72,000 salary with 6% total annual contributions, it removes $411,000 from the final balance. Now here is the mechanic that makes this worse. Most people assume their 401k fees are fixed. They are not. There are 3 layers of fees inside most employer plans. Layer 1. The expense ratio of the fund itself. This ranges from 0.03% at the low end to 1.4% at the high end. Layer 2, the administrative fee. The plan charges the employer a fee to run the platform. That fee is often passed to employees as an added charge on top of the fund expense. The average administrative fee is 0.44% per year. Layer 3, the advisory fee. If the employee used any form of managed account or auto-rebalancing feature, and most default enrollments include this, there is an additional fee of 0.50% to 0.75% annually. Add those 3 layers together on an average plan. Fund expense, 0.87%. Administrative fee, 0.44%. Advisory managed account fee, 0.60%. Total, 1.91% per year. Every year. On every dollar in the account. The S&P 500 has returned an average of 10.1% annually over the past 30 years. If Carlos's plan charges 1.91% in total fees, his real net return is 8.19%. James's Roth IRA charges 0.03%. His real net return is 10.07%. Same market, same contributions, different fee structure. The gap is $122 after year 1. That gap compounds. This is how fee drag works. It is not linear, it accelerates. A small percentage removed today is worth exponentially more at the end of a 28-year compounding curve. The fee does not just cost Carlos money now, it costs him the growth that money would have generated for the next 27 years. By year 5, Carlos has contributed $32,400 in personal contributions. His employer has matched $16,200. Total invested, $48,600. His balance at 8.9% net return, $61,847. Fees removed from his account in year 5 alone, $1,181. By year 5, James has also contributed $32,400. His employer matched the same $16,200, but James captured the match inside the 401k, then routed the remaining contributions to his 0.03% Roth IRA. His blended net return across both accounts, 9.74%. His balance at year 5, $64,409. The gap at year 5 is $2,562. That number will not stay small. The compounding math is working against Carlos every single day. Not because of bad luck, because of a fee he never knew existed. Here is where the conventional wisdom gets expensive. Most financial advice says this: contribute to the 401k first because you get a tax deduction today. That logic is correct under one specific condition. The condition is this: the tax rate at retirement must be lower than the tax rate today. If that condition is met, the 401k wins on taxes. If that condition is not met, if tax rates stay the same or go up, the Roth IRA wins. Every time. Here is the math on tax rate risk. Carlos earns $72,000. His effective federal tax rate today is 22%. He contributes $4,320 to a traditional 401k. He saved $950 in taxes this year. At retirement, Carlos withdraws $80,000 per year from his 401k. If his tax rate in retirement is still 22%, he owes $17,600 in federal taxes annually on withdrawals. He saved $950 now. He pays $17,600 per year at 62. That is not a tax benefit. That is a tax deferral. James contributes to a Roth IRA instead of a traditional 401k for the portion above his employer match. He does not get the tax deduction today. But every dollar he withdraws at retirement is tax-free, not taxed at 22%, not taxed at whatever Congress decides the top rate is in 2048. 0. There is a second counterintuitive mechanic most people miss. It is called required minimum distributions, RMDs. Starting at age 73, the IRS requires traditional 401k holders to withdraw a specific amount every year, whether they need the money or not. In 2024, the RMD on a $1 million 401k balance is approximately $36,496. That $36,496 is fully taxable. It also counts as income, which can push Social Security benefits into a higher tax bracket, trigger Medicare surcharges, and push the account holder into a higher marginal rate. Roth IRAs have no RMD requirement. James can leave every dollar in his Roth IRA untouched until age 90 if he chooses. The IRS does not force a withdrawal. And if he never touches it, His heirs inherit it tax-free. The third hidden mechanic is the sequence of returns risk multiplied by fees. In a down year, say the market drops 18%, Carlos does not just lose 18%. He loses 18% plus his fee load of 1.91%. His effective loss in a bad year is 19.91%. James's effective loss in the same year is 18.03%. A 1.88-point difference in a down year sounds small, but recovery from a larger loss takes longer. Each additional year of delayed recovery removes compounding time from the back end of the growth curve. Same income, same contribution rate, same employer match, same market, $411,000 apart. That is the complete picture. 2 people, 1 document, 1 decision. The math does not require a financial advisor to verify. It requires 11 minutes and a fee disclosure. Here is the exact protocol James used. 6 steps. Each one takes under 15 minutes. Step 1. Find the total fee load on your current 401k plan. Log into the 401k platform. Navigate to Plan Documents. Look for the document titled Summary Plan Description or Fee Disclosure Notice. This document is legally required under ERISA Section 404A5. If the platform does not surface it, call the HR benefits line and ask for the 408B2 fee disclosure. Write down 3 numbers: the fund expense ratio, the administrative fee, and any managed account or advisory fee. Add them together. That is the total annual fee load. Step 2. Find the lowest cost fund available inside the plan. Inside the same platform, look for an S&P 500 index fund or a total market index fund. Most plans have at least one. Write down its expense ratio. If the cheapest fund in the plan is above 0.30%, the plan has above average fees. Step 3. Confirm the employer match percentage and vesting schedule. The match is free money. It must be captured fully before routing contributions elsewhere. Confirm the exact match percentage, typically 3 to 6% of salary. Confirm the vesting schedule. Some employers vest immediately. Others vest over 3 to 6 years. If the vesting period is longer than the employee's expected tenure, the match is not yet guaranteed. Steps 1 through 3 are diagnostic. They tell the investor exactly where the plan stands. Steps 4 through 6 are the action protocol. Step 4. Calculate the break-even fee threshold. Take the expected annual market return, use 9.5% as a conservative estimate based on the past 40-year average. Subtract the total fee load from step 1. That is the net return inside the 401k. Compare to a Roth IRA at 0.03% to 0.10% in fees. If the fee gap between the 2 accounts is greater than 0.50% annually, the Roth IRA wins over a 25-year period unless a significant tax bracket drop at retirement closes the gap. Step 5. Estimate the tax rate differential. Look up the current marginal federal tax bracket. Then estimate the expected retirement income, Social Security, any pension, 401k withdrawals, and other income. Use the EARS tax bracket tables to estimate the retirement marginal rate. If the difference between the current rate and the retirement rate is less than 8 percentage points, the Roth IRA likely wins or ties. If the difference is greater than 8 points, the 401k wins on taxes alone. Step 6. Execute the split contribution strategy. Contribute exactly enough to the 401k to capture the full employer match. Route every additional retirement dollar to a Roth IRA at a low-cost brokerage. Select an S&P 500 index fund or total market fund with an expense ratio below 0.10%. Set contributions to automatic monthly deposit. Review once per year. The viewer does not need to move their entire retirement account. The split strategy only requires knowing which vehicle handles which dollar. 3 objections come up every time this topic is discussed. These are the 3 responses that come back most often. Each one is legitimate. Each one has a specific answer. Objection 1. My income is too high to contribute to a Roth IRA. In 2024, the Roth IRA contribution limit begins to phase out at $146,000 for single filers and $230,000 for married filing jointly. For income above those thresholds, there is a legal workaround called the backdoor Roth conversion. It involves contributing to a traditional non-deductible IRA and immediately converting it to a Roth IRA. The conversion is taxable only on growth, which is near zero if done immediately. This method has been used legally since 2010. It is documented in IRS Publication 590A. A tax professional can execute it in under 2 hours. Objection 2. I need the tax deduction from the 401k right now. This is a real consideration. The immediate tax savings from a traditional 401k contribution do exist. On $6,000 in contributions at a 22% rate, the annual savings are $1,320. But that $1,320 is not eliminated in the Roth IRA approach. It is deferred. The Roth IRA does not provide a deduction today, but it eliminates tax on all future growth, all future withdrawals, and removes RMD obligations entirely. On a 28-year horizon, the math consistently favors the Roth unless the retirement tax rate is at least 8 percentage points lower than the current rate. Objection 3. Isn't maxing the 401k always the right move for high earners? No. High earners with 401k plans charging above 1.0% in total fees and who expect to retire in a similar or higher tax bracket are overpaying on both ends, fees and taxes. The 401k is the right vehicle for the employer match and the wrong vehicle for everything above it in high fee plans. Carlos is not a bad financial decision maker. He did exactly what the system told him to do. He signed the paper on day one. He contributed 6%. He picked the default fund. The system was designed to make that easy. The fee disclosure was designed to be 14 pages long. The 0.87% expense ratio was designed to look harmless next to a fund name. None of this is an accident. James is not smarter than Carlos. James is not wealthier than Carlos. James spent 47 minutes reading a document Carlos put in a drawer. That 47 minutes spread over 28 years of compounding is worth $411,000. The financial system profits when people are confused. Fee income does not come from bad investors. It comes from uninformed ones. The single most effective act any earner can take this week is to find 3 numbers inside their plan documents: fund expense ratio, administrative fee, advisory fee, and add them together. If that total exceeds 0.60%, the plan is costing more than necessary. That is the starting point. Everything else follows from that number. The 6 steps are not complicated. Each one builds directly on the previous one. The 6-step protocol is in the description below. A downloadable worksheet is linked in pinned comments. The sources for every figure in this video are cited with page numbers in the description. If this video was useful, share it with one person who has a 401k and has never read the fee disclosure. That is the only ask. The math is available to anyone who looks for it.